All right, now look to the right. Look to the right and look at them. Look them deep in their eyes. I almost tripped up the system. Look them deep in their eyes and say, "You are a genius."
You are a genius.
All right. So we have been taught that there is a way to get educated. There's a system that's been put in place, a series of tests. There have been a promise of a dream that is connected. You go to school, go to high school, you go to college, you get the house with the picket fence, 2 cars, and 2.5 kids, right? That's what they said, right? That's what they said. I believe that's what they said. It's close to that. But within that, the system was made to brainwash us. System was made to make us workers, to keep us in place, keep the system running smoothly for those who are in power, those who have money, those who have influence, those who have great ambition and probably with a little bit of greed attached to it, or a lot of bit of greed, depending on how you look at it. And so they mark you. They give you labels. You're on the merit roll. You're on the honor roll. You're doing all of those things, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? That we need to learn things. But within it, it leaves most of us feeling like we're not smart, like we're not capable. And you are a genius within your life's experience, within your environment. If somebody else popped down in your shoes, they would not be able to survive. They would not be able to navigate it the same way that you do. So even when Aunt has his 2 nieces, Naima and Naomi, they're from here, but they live in New Jersey. Like if I popped down in their shoes and I was in New Jersey, I'd be lost. I don't know where to go. I don't know how the bus system works. I ain't got no job, you know what I'm saying? But if I went with them, they'd be geniuses. They'd be like, no, we gotta go here. This is how the bus pass system works. Oh, you need a job, you can come downtown with me, all these other things. So embrace that, embrace what you know, what you love, the things that you are passionate about. We are in an age with the internet where whatever you are passionate about and you chase, it can sustain you and your family. And literally, you are a genius. When we talk about changing the society around us, we look and we say that we know what we want where we live. Why? Because you are a genius from the neighborhood that you were placed in. So wear that with honor. And then one more time, we're gonna look to the left, just one. I'm not gonna do both sides. Look to the left and be like, you're amazing. That was weak. We gotta look to the right. Look to the right. Give me some You are amazing. There we go. There we go. Now, show of hands. When was the last, did somebody this week look you in your eyes and tell you you're amazing? Just raise your hand. 1, 2, 3 out of, just now, no, not just now, before now, did somebody look you in your eyes and tell you you're amazing? 1, no, we ain't doing no maybes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's about 1/3 of the people here. So 60, yeah, I counted her. I count 1, 2, yeah, I counted it. M got it. So 66% of the people have not heard that. How much negativity have we heard? How much death and violence have we seen on the news, in the radio, in our music, and my man, I see you. Justice, I see you. How much have we seen it? So we need that positivity. You need to speak life. Words have power. Words can change the very fabric, the existence, the dimensions of time and space. Things that were not here before because you think it and you speak it and then you follow through with actions, but you speak it and then it comes to pass. So I leave you with that you are a genius and that you are amazing and wonderful creatures, and I'm happy that you are here today in our presence, sharing with us. So we are about to dive into our comment, and I'm gonna let Ant catch us up on it about what's going on and the issues and all of the good Jimmy Jams. Give it up for Ant. Give it up for Ant.
Thank you. Hey, give it up for Dave Bond one time for that beautiful intro to get y'all in the right mood. So, whose first time is it here at the Wakanda Alliance? Yeah, showing hands. All right, give it up for the new people coming in. Love to see it. So, So the Wakanda Alliance is a program where we teach the community about all the great things that Afrofuturism has to offer. If you've never heard the word Afrofuturism, it's how you take all the diaspora of Africa, including the Americans, South Americans, Caribbean, wherever African diaspora people are, and using their culture to envision the future, envision a better future, a more productive future, a more beautiful future, a more friendly future, whether it's in the environment, whether it's in social interactions, and everything, technology, everything. So we talk about those types of things in this program. Who here likes Black Panther? Everybody better raise their hand. Let's see. What's your favorite thing about Black Panther you missed in the dress? Yes. I'll come back to you. You like the outfit, right? Like the outfit that he wears, the costume? Yeah, there you go. What about you, young man in the group? Relatable, okay. Yeah, right. So wants to do the right thing, and he's in a tricky spot, right? You got your cousin coming out of nowhere. You want to be excited for your cousin that you've never seen coming to come back to the throne, but he's trying to kill you. So you can't be too excited about that, right? What about you in the gray shirt? Yeah. All of that. Yeah. Say again? Oh, team player. Yeah, he's definitely a team player. What about you, Miss in the black shirt? Hey, what up? Welcome. What do you like about Black Panther? Nice and loud. Playful. Oh yeah, with the siblings, right? And you have a sister too, so you know what it's like to have a sister and joke around and mess with each other and go, what are those? Yeah, so a lot of good things about Black Panther that we enjoy, but we like to look at a lot of different things. So what we're going to do is read through this comic, right? So everybody's gonna get a turn to read. We're gonna have it up on the big screen so everybody can see properly, all right? If you get stuck on a word that you don't recognize, we'll help you out, okay? There's a lot of different words. Sometimes they come from other cultures and other languages. So that's what the Wakanda Alliance is here to do. We're here to help you understand what those words mean and become better readers, right? Because reading gives you access to so many different things, right? All right. So, are we good? We got signed out. Is that all right?
It should be good.
Okay. The winds of change blow through Wakanda. So, Storm is also in the story, so it's gonna be super dope. So, just as Wakanda comes onto the global stage, enemies close by make their move. The Hyena clan is out to exploit the country's vast technology, and with the new king on the throne, it's the perfect time to strike. Assaulted on all fronts, T'Challa seeks out the love he left behind, Aurora Monroe, soon to be Storm of the X-Men. A missing chapter of the Black Panther and Storm's lifelong romance comes to light, and it's a triple threat as a traitor gathers his forces. What is Project Koku, and who is behind it? Rise of the Black Panther. All right. I'll have to start. Okay, so you can either read off here or you can read off there. That's easy for you, okay? Okay, so that's a Hatu Zarazi. Can you say that? Put the make sure you when you say it.
Sarazi. Answer me, you dogs of war.
There you go. One more time. Yeah. Kick. You can beat up. You got it, Ash. Come on, you got it. Yeah, get in character. There you go. Yeah. All right, back to words.
Where is Hunter? Where is the white wolf? I am not hiding, King. T'Challa. Other duties need. When your king demands an audience, white wolf it is your duty to grant him one. Other duties need tending to. My lead, I always initiate radio silence before a mission. You know this. I have not signed off on any new Sarazi mission since becoming Black Panther Hunter. This is old business from before your time, little brother. My time is now and my patience is short. I have a plane waiting on me. You will not explain without delay why Victor Von Doom said a son of T'Chaka gave him a secret intelligence about Wakanda. That is literally that is utter nonsense, T'Challa. I'm actually trying to help you deal with pressing matters concerning the realm's security. Thank you, Hunter. But I know what your help looks like.
So this guy, Hunter, is actually T'Challa's stepbrother. So what happened was a plane crashed in Wakanda one time, killed his parents, and Hunter was the only survivor. So King T'Chaka, which is T'Challa's father, took him in and raised him to be Wakanda. So even though he's older than T'Challa, normally the oldest son or the oldest sibling inherits the throne. But in this case, because he's not of Wakandan blood, he couldn't become king. Therefore, T'Chaka made him leader of the secret Wakandan service. All right, so basically he's like the CIA, kicking down doors and knocking people out whenever they try to mess with Wakanda. All right, so that's who Hunter is. Thank you, Shanti. Give it up for Shanti one more time. Yeah. Thanks for reading. All right, cool. So I'll pick up from here. So this is Hunter speaking. So you remember the business trips the great King T'Chaka sent me on. Why does Hunter go away so much, Baba? Hunter's face can go places where mine cannot, my son. So I send him abroad for the sake of the realm. Of course I remember. You tortured our own, spent Wakanda's riches abroad, killed without sanction. Without sanction, really? Our father let me do what I needed to do in order to keep the realm hidden and safe. Those knife at him. You ever throw a knife at your sibling? Please don't raise your hand. Okay, cool, just making sure. No matter the reason. I will not send roving bands of killers out into the world out into the world of Wakanda in Wakanda's name. This is hardly a fair fight, T'Challa. Now that you are king, I'm not permitted to strike you. I see no problem with that, son of T'Chaka. Enough, both of you. Mother, why are you? We need to talk, all of us, as a family. All right, so who wants to read next? I see, I'm gonna go in a circle, so it don't matter whether you, y'all you doing the head scratch? Oh, come on now. All right, Mama, you next, all right? Come on up. Everybody give it up for Mama and Washington. Yeah, I do that. Okay, Mama, you can read from the laptop because the words are bigger and easier to see. Please don't step on these cords. I know the floor is out. Right there. Right where the laptop is. Okay, you can read right from the laptop.
Okay.
All right, you got it.
Okay, as a family, we thought we had time to tell you, but you defeated me at Challenge Day years before we.
Sorry, go ahead. You're good.
Oh, but you defeated me at Challenge Day years before we thought you would enter. Okay, the man you see here with the Dumba is Jakara. He is your half brother. How? When? After Niami's death, loneliness crushed T'Chaka. Poor T'Chaka. Before my brother married Ramonda, there was Matina, baby mama, an agent of the Nacharu Salema who worked across the globe to maintain our secrecy, the Wakandan spy network. Your father said your father said what they had was more need than love. She later died in service of the realm, leaving behind their son. Okay, so he's a love child.
Yes, he is.
Matina had raised Jakara abroad when you were away at school. The puny runt came to see me about his so-called birthright. He grew up outside of the realm as the son of a spy. I could never trust him with the throne. Still, Jakara was my brother's son. His sizable inheritance came with the proviso that he not meddle in the realm's affairs. But we've learned that Jakara has not kept his word to Uncle Sian. He fell in with the outcasts of the Hyena clan and has been claiming ties to the Wakandan throne, which explains his deals with Doom's underlings. Yes, I was on my way to personally kill him when you rudely interrupted me, T'Challa. Personally. In your face, personally. The world's eyes are now on the realm, Hunter, so this is not the time for settling disputes in blood. Hunter can do this work in secret, as he has for years. No one need know. I would know, Uncle. My Wakanda will be different. It has to be. I thought I knew everything about this family, this realm. My son, the king who stops learning, is destined to go down in history as a fool. I will reckon with Jakara's lies myself. Hunter, give me a list of locations where he's been operating. When do we leave? When do we leave? Okay. I have to do this alone, Shuri. He's my brother too. The Hyena clan's teleportation method originated in the realm. I need you here to guard the borders against them. Son of Chakaka or not, I won't allow Jakara or the hyenas to profit from chaos sown in Wakanda's name. The Black Panther is on the hunt. Lab staff is on en route from Birninzana, so I've been glad to have your company for the last few days, Jakata. This place outstrips anything I had access to in America, Elder Takami. Vibranium has helped my research take incredible leaps. Such an interesting pursuit, mapping brainwave energy to preserve memories. I'm happy to help you test it. Thank you. Here, put this on. I wanted a way to always remember the glory of the realm. I understand the impulse. After Niami and Chakaka's deaths, I stayed with the Royal Scientific Development Division to honor their memory. But SciDev had more disturbing priorities during Sian's rule. Rocket propulsion systems that Niami had designed to take Wakanda to space were instead used to other ends, so I left. I came back at Chahala's request. Made me feel old when he said he wanted a connection to the past, but I loved his parents, so I said yes anyway. The past is important. The new king has that much right. Speaking of the past, that's old man Hangja's spear, isn't it? Rumor has it he was a fearsome warrior in his day.
All right, so thank you very much. Please, thank you very much. That was awesome. You welcome, Mama. All right, so what the scientists are saying there is that T'Challa's parents, Queen Naomi and King T'Chaka, Naomi was a scientist, right? She wanted to create spacecrafts to take them into space and explore what wonders were in space and make Wakanda seem much more bigger than it actually is, to have so much potential, right? This itty bitty country wanted to go beyond the world itself and go into space. So she was creating this technology to take them there. Unfortunately, when King T'Chaka passed, Naomi died. She died during childbirth. That's why she's not in the movie or in the comics. After King T'Chaka's rule, his brother, Sion, took over. And Sion was like, listen, we got this rocket propulsion technology. Space is cool and everything, but we should probably have some weapons just in case the world tries to go crazy and tries to invade Wakanda. So he adapted this technology in order to create weapons and machines and all that. All right. So what that machine is doing is reading memories. Like he's actually picturing these things in his head and that's what's being played on the screen. I don't know what they got on Wakanda besides my granddad, but listen, I wish I had a machine like that, because sometimes I can't remember my grocery list, and that would really help me remember my grocery list. All right, so next reader, boom. We got Naomi, my cousin here from New Jersey. Come on up, come on up. All right, so if you get stuck in a word, just look at me with a very confused face, and I will help you get through the word, okay? All right, so you got it. All right, can you read this page already? Okay, now this is where you start, okay? So nice and loud.
Indeed, the old ways of warriors have fallen straight in the times. We are still warriors, Najaka, but
Yes, say it again. Njadaka.
Njadaka, but we need more
Inyami.
Inyami and Takaka. Understood that, but so does.
Sorry, should have gave him a graphic warning. My bad.
No other Takami. There is nothing more than the powerful will death.
Yeah, the power to will death.
The power to will death. And pull knowledge from it. They're the portal to a path never taken.
So there's a vibranium shock bomb and giant panther pouncers machines, killer death machines. So a guy named Killmonger probably shouldn't have that in his graph. Go ahead, keep reading right here.
I will use these weapons to transform the unconquered realm.
Yep.
Into the conquerors we were meant to be.
Right.
We were meant to be.
Yep. So something similar from the movie is happening here, right? Njajaka finds his way to get to Wakanda and wants to take his pain and trauma out on the entire world. All right. So in the skies above Kenya, keep reading.
Brother.
Status.
Update, sir. Sherry. So the great king finally stopped soaking to break hours of radio silence. Border status reads normal. Of course, we both know that Hyena clan is coming back here. They used vibranium decades ago and scan and transmit the energy signatures of physical matter. It's why you instituted anti-teleport protocols in the first place. Mind your tone, sister. Just admit you wanted me to stay home. That's quite enough. Brother, consider this, brother. Father, solitary boarding is the cause of the problem we have now. I don't understand how we could have done this. Another woman, another child. He was lonely and sought comfort in the untenable situation. He was human, Takala, and so are you.
All right, cool. Thank you, Naomi. That was awesome. Give it up for Naomi one time. Yeah, so King T'Challa, he was sad, man. He was sad that his queen, his wife, had passed, and he was left alone with his son to raise him kind of alone. I mean, he's got the rest of Wakanda to help him out, but he was pretty sad. So sometimes when people are sad, they're vulnerable. They do things that they don't understand, like have babies on the side. So, all right. So from the other side of the room, Joy, does anybody from your table wants to read? All right, come on up. Give them a round of applause. Yeah. Hey, man. Vince? All right, nice to meet you, Vince.
Nice to meet you, man.
All right, cool.
What's your name? Just
Ace.
Ace.
Yes,
Okay,
Mr. Ace. Yep. So step over here. Make sure you're not blocking that projector right there. You're gonna start with that word at the top there.
You need family.
Yeah, there you go.
Yo, nuts. Down with stealing from honest, hardworking folks, Willie. This Ethiopian cat was probably about to wire cash back home. You want that money leaving Harlem, CI? What's your name, punk ass? You sending American money somewhere back to Africa? I'm Charles, Luke Charles. Just, you must got something stuck in your teeth, Nelly. He's from the island, Mom.
I'm moving just a little bit.
Sorry.
Can you still see it?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Kind of sounds like he calling you out your name. Calling you out your name, Carl. My name, fool. You trying to clown me? I don't want any trouble. But I won't let you steal from me.
That's what you would say if you got elbowed in the neck. Ah, why not?
Just you and me then, all right, let's go. You heard me say I wasn't down with all this, but I ain't one to back down from a fight. Where I'm from, the wisest warriors fight only when they have no other choice. In another life, men like us could have been brothers here. All right, we can stop all this fighting. The name is Carl Lucas, which is why I got pissed off. Ain't no way Luke Charles is what your parents name you. It's true that I am not from here. I like that name, Luke, though. Word of advice from these streets, Mr. Fake Name, all skinfolk ain't kinfolk. And your kinfolk may do you dirty when you least expect it, so watch yourself out there. Wait, is this Luke Cage?
That is Luke Cage, yeah, my man, you got it. Before that, Luke, his real name isn't Luke. He took that name because he heard it and it sounded cool. All right. And he was in jail. He just got out of jail, so he's trying to find ways to make money on the street. So he took he's doing things he got to do to survive, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, so he eventually does, Heroes for Hire. That's fun.
Exactly. Yep. So he turns a new leaf around, stops robbing people, and starts beating up bad guys. You got it. All right.
Oh. Not shaking your hand, my dude.
Going.
Now, family, you say. Somebody I met in America once told me all kinfolks ain't skinfolk. American, what do they know? Look to T'Challa. All I'm saying is please don't push us away, especially now.
Hold the mic just a little closer.
When we don't know what's coming.
All right, cool. Thanks, Vince.
Yeah.
Great job. Get over Vince. Yes. All skinfolk ain't kinfolk. Man, that's a line. What do you think that line means? Who can explain that line? All skinfolk ain't kinfolk. Miss Kara? Yep. Just because they look like you don't mean they down for you. So I can meet another guy who's short with glasses and locks. Actually, I do know somebody who looks just like me, and it's really weird every time I see him. He's like a little bit shorter, but he also has the goatee and the locks. And I'm just like, you. I don't know. So if he does a crime, and then, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if people are gonna look for me, I might get arrested on the wrongful one. Yeah, I don't even want to think about that. But yes, all skinfolk and kinfolk. So just because somebody looks like you doesn't mean they're down for you, doesn't mean they're gonna help you out, doesn't mean they're gonna be a nice person to you, right? Cool. All right, thank you, Vince, for reading. Isaiah, what up, man? How you doing? Dressing all red, bro. What's up? I like the shoes. I see the coordination. What up with it? Yeah. You wearing a sweatsuit in the summertime. Yeah, all right. You ready, bro? Yeah, good to see you, man. How you feeling? Dope. All right, cool. So you're gonna read from this laptop here, all right? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go to the next page. Make some thunder sounds. There you go.
Kimoyo. Systems check. Navigational system severely compromised by atmospheric electric discharge. Self-repair routines initiated. Damn, the vibranium component couldn't absorb all of that energy. Initiate landing sequence. By the ancestors.
Make another thunder sound. There you go. Yeah.
It's her. Hello, T'Challa.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that scene. Bam. Kicking butt together. Anybody ever seen their parents fight? Anybody else? I wish I could. Y'all seen your parents fight somebody? What happened? Or were y'all the parents and y'all was fighting somebody else? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You seen your parents fight each other and fight other people? Oh, that's why. Oh, that's why. New York. Yeah. New York is in the building. Give it up for New York in the building. All right. Keep going.
Oral crack.
Nice.
Or should I call you Black Panther now? Whoosh. Please, we have known each other for years. You may call me what? Watch out. Hyenas retreat into the portal. Let's go.
Dice, throwing star, man.
Or
Teleport away.
you grew your hair out. So did you. Are you hungry? Soon. So you're king now. And you could barely get airborne when it last saw you. Yet now you make a home in the clouds like something out of legend. Yes, I can. Oh, some of the locals are starting to call me a goddess. Me who grew up picking pockets. Can you believe it? Yes, I can. I've been watching the news, T'Challa. You've been all over the continent the last few days. King of Wakanda goes on goodwill tour. I've been tracking those men who were fighting the hyena clan. They sell technology and pose as Wakandian envoys led by a man who says he's my brother. I didn't know you had a brother. I didn't either. So this goodwill tour is just a cover story for your hunt. Not at all. I am following my ancestors' path in secret. They did what they could to help other brothers and sisters in other countries. I never heard anything like this. Interacting with other countries would have been unpopular in the realm. So my ancestors used go-betweens and back channels. Keep Wakanda secret and safe wasn't always paramount. Oh, Aurora, all this time, and now I mean, how are you?
A little bit of romance going on.
I'm helping people with my abilities. I'm content. I'm content. And you, tired, so very tired. Do you have anyone? Breathe. Teleport energy signature detected. Breathe. I will come with you. No need. This is Wakandian business, family business. Local villagers said the ghosts were stealing their food and supplies. These hyena men are those ghosts, which makes this my affair as well.
That's right. Cool. Thank you. Give it up for Isaiah one time. Yeah. The storm's like, listen, is there a problem where I'm living? It's my problem too. All right. Cool. All right. Who wants to volunteer to read next? You got a volunteer? Raise your hand, or I'll pick somebody. Hey, Justice. Yeah, come on, Justice. What up, Justice? Yeah. To the stage. Cool. What up, Justice? Three panels. That's all we ask. Yep. I'll help you out. All right. So you're gonna start here with Storm, all right?
Okay. Besides your plane is damaged.
A little louder. Point the mic a little closer. There you go.
Besides, your plane is damaged. You need me to get you there. Ah, so that lightning was you. I felt a mass in the air.
Yep.
And I thought it might be an attack from the hyenas. Sorry. By the
Goddess.
goddess, this will take some getting used to. You'll adjust and my first name will do just fine.
All right. One more panel.
So tell me, T'Challa, who are these hyenas? A
Faction.
faction excelled
Louder.
a faction excelled from Wakanda. Long ago, after they performed a forbidden vibranium experts
Yep.
in an attempt to unlock the binding energy signatures of physical matter. I see
Geothermal.
I see them by those geothermal pipes. Let us observe. Let us first observe.
Yep, you got it. Cool. Thank you, Justice. Good job, Justice. Everybody give it to Justice. Yeah. Good job pronouncing those words. So the hyenas were kicked out of Wakanda because they used vibranium the wrong way. All right. So let's think of a resource that's in the ground. Let's say gold, right? So gold, we wear it as jewelry, right? People sell it for a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Rappers got on the baby with the jewels and everything like that. But gold could be used for other reasons, right? Gold can be used as a conductor for electricity, right? The Egyptians told us that. They had the gold at the peak of the pyramids, right? And I believe that, okay, so this is what I heard, right? I heard that they used the gold in order to source energy into the pyramid, and that went to other pyramids around the world to generate some type of energy. Like, I don't know if that's completely true. I'm not a scientist, not a physicist, but I'm sure if I asked a physicist if it was possible, they might be able to point us in the right direction, all right? So what if you use gold to channel energy instead of just selling it to rappers and ballers and ball players, right? Right, you can do some crazy things. John's got something to add to that. Yeah. We got to get this on the mic.
So one of the reasons that gold was considered one of the most valuable metals was because it was one of the most useful. If you look at lead, if you look at other like steel, even steel, like it was not known, it was ore, right? And you had to like light it on fire and separate out all the stuff from it to be able to do stuff with it. Gold, you can literally just find it, melt it, and mold it into whatever you wanted to in a normal fire. So the reason that gold was considered more valuable is other people was finding all these other metals, but it took so much to do stuff with them that you really couldn't do anything. And that's why there's like the golden age, the iron age, all these different ages were about our ability to manipulate metal. So gold was valuable because you could actually use it to do stuff. And that meant that everybody had a use for it, which is why it was like the first kind of money, because if you gave it to somebody, they weren't thinking, oh, I got this gold. They're thinking, yo, I can make a fork. I could make a spoon. And all I got to do is just make a little fire instead of having to, create a forge and all this other stuff to like mold it. So I think, and then gold is a useful semiconductor. Like right now, gold can do so many amazing things that other metals can't do. And it's not just that it looks good, right? It's that it's actually like, as a scientist, very useful. And that's what alchemy is. Everybody was trying to figure out how do you make gold? Because if we can make gold, we can do all this like technology stuff. Yeah.
Go. Thank you, John, for breaking that down. That's awesome. Yeah. John got some degrees. I don't know if y'all know. He got some street degrees. He got his own degrees. He ain't have to chop out $40,000 to get his knowledge, man. That's what's up. Cool. All right, next reader. Naima. Oh, what's up? What's going on? You on Instagram? Yeah, put that phone down. Come on. Come on up. Give it up for Naima. To the stage. Yeah. Okay. Nope. I see matches. Word. All right, ready? Come on this side so you can see the screen properly. All right, and we'll go to the next page. Cool. Ready? Yes. That's a yes. Go ahead.
Prophecy never favors friends like me. My friend's brothers, yet the ingredients of our reckoning have been delivered unto us.
Keep on.
Yes, Wakanda's sacred metal.
He just tasted that blade.
Ew.
I don't like this guy.
You and the Weathering Witch can come out, T'Challa. I know you're there. Come watch as
Your fellow.
Come watch as I, your fellow heir of Bashanga.
That was the first Black Panther.
T'Challa's ancestors and the first Black Panther, king of Wakanda. Unleash the primal energy of Mother Earth. No. You fool. You'll be cooked alive.
Cooked.
Worried about your little brother, O king. Don't be. The hyena clan dug even deeper into the forbidden sciences during their exile, brother.
And then you gotta speak like a monster. You got it,
yeah. And now everyone will be trembled. Everyone would tremble at what Wakanda has put out into the world.
What a cute little monster. Can you imagine like a big old monster like this to speak to? Yeah, now you're all suffered at my mind.
T'Challa, how can this be? His body must have been metabolized. The vibranium from the dagger and converted what?
The heat.
Can I restart?
Yeah,
Read that?
converted, yeah.
His body must have been metabolized. The vibranium from the dagger and converted the heat energy into mass. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm going to smash my way back into Wakanda and destroy your damned royal family for sending me away, T'Challa. Back off, Jakara, or I'll... Is that a name?
Aurora. Yep.
Aurora, no, the vibranium in his body will absorb and weaponize any energy you throw at him. What happens when the vibranium absorbs too much energy? It explodes, oh, that voice crack. It explodes, but when bound to a living thing, it interrupts biological functions. That's it. Aurora, launch me at Jakara. I programmed the emitter in this dagger hilt with a destabilizing energy sequence that will cause neuromuscular paralysis when Jakara absorbs it.
All right, so pretend you got stabbed. What do you say?
Ah!
Yeah. Keep going.
This won't last long. We need to get him someplace where an energy overload will keep him in stasis. What do? We send Jakara right back to the primal energy he craves. Wind Rider. Oh my God. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Jakara. What does that even mean? It means the king of Wakanda can't be brothers with the monster.
That's it.
I'm sorry, son of T'Chaka. Will he die? I honestly don't know. Not enough data, however y'all say that. So we just wait and pray.
Dope. Cool. All right, that was dope. Thank you, Naima. Good job. Sounding out neuromuscular paralysis and telekinesis. All right, cool. Do we have one more reader to finish us off for the day? Raise your hand, volunteer. Chandra, you're up. Cool. Chandra, get up, Chandra. Yeah. What up, sis? How you doing? Yeah. All right, you ready? Go for it.
Side note, T'Chaka has a lot of kids.
Right?
Okay. We've sat here waiting to see if your mad brother is dead. What have our lives become, King? What they were always meant to be, I fear. I guess this is goodbye again. I want to stay, you know that, but I also know you can't. What was it I heard you say to the crowds? Oh, yes. Wakanda forever, Panther King. Wakanda forever, Sky Goddess. Tell me when the Nagandans?
Yep, it's a made-up region, doesn't exist.
Nagandans kidnapped you. Did you fight? Did you resist with all your might? Then tell me. A true Wakandan would have given their life before being taken from the realm.
All right, so to give a little context here, some people got kidnapped from Wakanda. T'Challa eventually found them, but then Killmonger found them. And yeah, so they were out in the world doing Wakanda stuff, and then they got brought back into the realm. But now, keep going, keep reading.
Oh, I read this one.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm taking your sullied lives and using them for a more important purpose. The intro. I will show the world Wakanda's true face, and they will kneel before us in fear. So swears Eric Killmonger. Ooh, Jesus. To be concluded.
All right, cool. That was awesome. Thank you. Give it up for Chandra one time. Yeah. So Killmonger was absorbing the knowledge from the guys that he stabbed wrongfully, and stealing the knowledge to put the puzzle pieces together so they could create those machines and bombs and weapons I was talking about earlier. And then for some reason he took their bones and carved them into candles. I don't know what those are. I don't want to know. So that was Black Panther number 6. Give it up for all the readers who read today. That was awesome. Great job. Great job, Mills. Great job, Naomi, Diana. All right, cool. All right. So what do we think about the comic so far? What do we think about that? Any thoughts? Anything you didn't understand that you want clarified? Anything you liked about the comic? Anything you didn't like about the comic? Raise your hand and let me know. We can start a conversation. Okay, cool. It was a lot of action. There was a lot of action going on. So a lot of sibling rivalry going on. So yeah. Who else? Who has siblings here? Who has siblings? Who has? Dope. Okay. What up? I didn't see you. What up, James? What up, Logan? What up, Skylar? What's your favorite thing to do with your sibling, Logan? Think of your favorite. Everybody, think of your favorite thing to do with your sibling. Yeah, come to Wakanda Alliance. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Chandra and Isaiah have been here a couple times. Yeah. Cool. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand. What's up? Vibing. Yeah. Cool. Just checking things out. And you as the older brother, what's that feel like? Yeah. Do you feel like the leader? Do you feel like? Yeah, but you're showing them the world. At least they see that in you, right? For sure. And how old are you? 16. And then how old are you? 4? 5. Okay. And then how old are you? Oh, she doesn't see my hand. 4? Okay, dope. Okay, cool. So you got, yeah. Dope. All right, Chandra, favorite thing to do with your sibling? Teach them? Okay. Music? Yeah. Showing them the world through your eyes. What was that last thing? Oh, well-rounded. Yes. Isaiah, I got you too. Not Isaiah. Latoya, your favorite thing to do with your sibling? What's your favorite thing to do with your sibling? Right. So your brother's autistic, so doing things with him to make him feel special and small, simple things, right? It can be small, simple things. It doesn't have to be, I'm gonna take my little brother to Disney World, we're gonna ride a rocket ship and go on to meet Mickey Mouse now. The small things, getting a haircut, right? So you feel seen. Let's go. Say again. Oh, great escape from the parents. Right. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta get away from the parents, and the parents need a break from the kids, right? So that works out. That definitely works out. Cool. Ash, you got something? Playing video games. Dope. Yeah, I like playing video games. I smash my sister all the time. It's fun. It's a good time. She thinks she give me, and I'm like, gotcha. You thought. Justice, you raised your hand. You got a sibling that I don't know about? Go ahead. Play Mario Kart. Completely destroy her. You don't let her win like one time? Maybe one time. Okay, good. All right, that's a good little brother. That's a good brother. That's a good big brother, rather. Dope. Cool. So yes, doing fun things with our siblings, no matter if they are, a problem. Sometimes when they're a problem, you got to learn to deal with it, right? They're not trying to overthrow you, so that's good. They're not trying to X you out so they're the only sibling, so that's good. So it makes it a little bit easier. But sometimes they do little weird things to mess with you. What's the worst thing your sibling ever did to you? Let's think about that. The worst thing my sibling ever did, we were like 8 and 4. I was 8, she was 4. So we were racing through the house, which we shouldn't have been doing anyway. But what she did, she put her foot out and tripped me up while I was running. So my hand ran into the grate, this metal grate on the side, and fractured my hand. So this is my left hand. This is my right hand. This is my life right here. If I don't have this hand, I couldn't do nothing. And this is before like cell phones and keyboards and all that. So all I could do was write. And my hand was like this. It was all twisted up. I couldn't write. And on top of that, on top of not being able to write, it was a gym day that day, the next day, after I went to the hospital and got my brace and all that. It was a gym day. So they remember the little carts they used to push around people on? Yeah, I couldn't do that. So I missed out on the best day of gym. Like, I was so upset. I'm like, why did you do this to me? But it's all right. We made up afterwards. I didn't put her in a headlock. I didn't, try to get back at her. It was all good after that. So Kayla, if you're watching, I love you, little sis. I love you. You a problem, but I love you. It's all good. Worst thing your sibling ever did. Let me see. Raise your hand. Yep, James. She fed you fish. Oh, when you were allergic to it. Just to see the reaction. She just wanted to see you suffer. Oh man, that's cruel. That's cruel. How old is your sister? How much the difference in age? She was older and she wanted to see you suffer. Oh man, that's rough. That's rough. But did you get back at her or did you? Okay, all right. Good. Anybody else want to talk about a funny experience they had with their sibling? Anybody? No? Okay, I don't know if your siblings is that bad or, what's up? Oh, go ahead, Ash. Your brother body slammed you. Onto what though? Was it a carpet, a bed, a rock? On the bed, okay. What kind of body slam was it though? Was it like the? Oh man, he slammed you. Dang, where did your brain go after that? Were you just like, wow, yeah. Y'all watch a lot of wrestling and stuff too? Or that's what it is? Yeah, them wrestling kids, man. Them wrestling kids is rough. Toya? Yep. R.I.P. He would put a frog in your leg? What's it? Oh, like a Charlie horse. Okay, so that's a down south thing. A frog on the leg. Up here is a Charlie horse. So he would just hammer it down on your leg, and it would go numb, and you wouldn't be able to walk for like a couple minutes. Yeah, that's rough. That's rude. What's the lesson in that? What is possibly the lesson? I'm about to say you could have just led with that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. How sweet. How sweet. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what you gonna do when somebody comes up with your Charlie horse? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have a plan for that. Word. Okay. All right. Okay. Reflexes. Yeah. Your leg is probably still a little bit sore. You probably got some nerve damage or something like that. But at least you got good reflexes. Cool. Vince, you have something else to add? He peed on the shirt. It was a special shirt you had for school the next day, and he peed on it. Oh, you didn't know, so you got there. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Wait. So what happened when you realized it? Did you just worry the rest of the day? Did you call mom? Oh, that's okay. That is worse. Yeah, okay. So he was born without a sense of smell, couldn't smell pee on him. How far throughout the day did you go with that shirt on? The whole day. It wasn't damp. It wasn't like a little warm and damp on it. Like, was it? Which part did he pee on? Was it like the bottom or like the chest? Oh, it's right. Oh boy. Oh, that's rough. That is rough, man. And he's just sitting there like, got him. Cool. Naomi, you got something? Oh man, it's gonna be good. This is a family story. What's up? You said she does what? She hogs the good dogs. That's evil. That is evil, Naima. How dare you? Hogging the good dogs. Ridiculous. You get to share. Share this camera. Come on now, I'll talk to you better than that. She doesn't care. Okay, well, yeah. Doesn't run in the family, but yeah. Justice, you got something else? Last one. Body with pillows. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So instead of just a pillowcase, you just whoosh into your leg, and then it hurt a lot. You scream, ah, and then your mom gave him the. Okay, yeah. I mean, at least your mom saw. So okay, so look, if your mom wasn't there to see that, would you have told her? No, all right, that's what's up. All right, no snitching. That's what's up. Sometimes you gotta just let them things go. You know what I'm saying? You bring another factor into it, you know, and you never know where it could go. You know what I'm saying? I think I did that one time. We both got punished. I'm like, damn, why did I expect this to happen? Why do I gotta get punished because she hit me? Like, I don't get it. Cool. So give it up, everybody else. Those are some fun stories. Thanks for sharing experience. So that's awesome. Cool. Great. All right. So that's all on Wakanda for today. Thanks for that comment discussion. That was really good. So now we're going to welcome our special guest. What time is it? 1:15? I bet. Cool. All right. Any announcements before I get started? Okay, cool. There are snacks over there. Oh yeah, real quick. We do have t-shirts available. These Galactic Tribe tees right here in white and gray. If you happen to not have your size, let us know. We'll find something, but we got our t-shirts. Those are made by Mech. He's a young designer, 17 years old, designed that. Give it up for Made by Mech one time. Emeka Wajed, he designed the logo for those. So a 17-year-old kid did that. And he's not a kid, he's a young man. He did that design, so we put it on a t-shirt. We're gonna sell it. It's super dope. We also got some Wakanda coffee for coffee drinkers. They are going for $15 a bag. That is from Bean Bastards. They're on Elmwood Avenue. They sell coffee. That's made from 3 different beans from Africa. I think Kenya. I forgot the other 3, but that's it right there. It tastes amazing, right? I drink my coffee black too, so they come as beans. So you'll have to grind them up in order to get the grounds and all that, but it's very delicious coffee. All right. And then we got a figure from Kano Kid. Hold it up, Davon. Yeah, that joint is dope. That is not for sale. And you better not walk out of here with it because there's a tracker on it, and we will track you down, hunt you down to get it back in the evidence. But that is from Kano Kid on Instagram. He designed that figure. He's got a couple other Avengers figures, but it's a Black Panther. You can come take a look at it more towards the end of the program. But he's got headphones, he's got some beads. It's supposed to be like a young hip T'Challa kid. So that's super dope. So take a look at that and see. If you like the figure, go on Instagram at Kano Kid and you'll see more of his figures. All right, cool. So that was a commercial. Yay, me. All right. So we would like to welcome our special guest. Her name is Kara Oliver-Perez. Give it up for Kara one time. She is an author, an entrepreneur, a leader, a teacher, a queen. She has her own book, her own children's book. That shows young women and young men how to love themselves, right? We gotta love ourselves. We gotta see ourselves in a better light, especially for people who are people of color, indigenous, Black, who don't have a lot of examples of greatness because of the way that what Davon was saying earlier, how we've been programmed and how we've had like these things put on our way that we can't really see ourselves for who we truly are, right? So she is going to give a short talk about her book. We're gonna read through her book, right? All right, and then she's gonna have a nice activity for us. We're gonna do a break and then the activity, if that's all right. All right, go. All right, so let's do it. Everybody welcome Miss Kara Oliver to the stage. Yeah, I got the dope sweater on. She got the You Go Girl sweater. Take a look at that, take a look at that. Yeah. No, yeah, we do shameless plugs here all the time, so it's all good.
I love it.
Yeah, you got it.
Is this over here?
Over here, please.
Thank you. I'm originally from East Harlem, New York, so my voice projects, so if I'm almost too loud, I mean, I need this, but I'm gonna keep it on. So how's everybody feeling today? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, come on Saturday. Every day, somebody told me every day above ground is a good day. That is so true, right? Word. And I just want to start by saying thank you to the Wakanda Alliance. Can we give them a big round of applause? Like this collaborative is super dope, right? For every single reason, right? That Black Panther represents, right? So when we think about Wakanda, we think about empowerment, we think about our people, but one of the most the coolest things, right, is pretty much what we just did, right? Read through a whole comic, right? And reading, right, we know tells a story. Every story is so intrinsically unique. Every story gives us an opportunity to see sometimes not only within ourselves, but with outside ourselves too. And that's one of the reasons why, similar to Wakanda, right, trying to, create, I'm a big fan, I'm a comic book nerd, so, like Wakanda holds a very special place in my heart because it gives us an imagination to what could be and what can be, right? Wakanda is not that unfamiliar, right? We can imagine a space and a collective where Black and brown people have authority and have autonomy over themselves, a place where they can come together, a place where they can build, right? We had a Wakanda, right? It's called Tulsa, right? We have Wakandas all over, entrepreneurship, community, and service. So I started my company, actually Native Pens, collaborative publishing, really as an inspiration tool after watching Black Panther. Because what was important to me, and this is something that I always want to let y'all know in this space, your story isn't just for you. Your story will and can impact others, right? So we got to take the selfishness out of our own narratives, right? Because those are the narratives and the truths that we get to see and come to fruition. And that's why I started Native Pens. I wanted to tell stories that were authentic to our people, to our identities, to our culture, and stories where young children of color, and even not just children all over, could see different representations. I got a fact for you, facts and figures. Do you know?
So Zoom can see you?
Oh,
So your head is cut off.
hi.
There we go.
Sorry about that. There we go. Is that good? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a tendency to walk on. So, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Facts and figures. Thank you so much to my wonderful fiance, Paul. 10% in 2018, a study was done out of the Children's Literacy Collaborative. And one of the things that they found was that only 10% of the world's children's books feature Black and Indigenous children of color, right? So that means there are literally more books about lions, tigers, and bears than there are about children who look like me and like you. And that was problematic. So I was working with a student, an amazing student who I'm going to say his name. His name is Caleb Graham. And I had the opportunity to meet that student when I was working at an organization called NFJC. And I said, we were talking about literacy and coaching. And we said, why don't we have books that reflect these characters, right? Like characters that we see, right? Where's the representation? And he said, I said, somebody's got to do something about this, right? He said, aren't you somebody? And I was like, my God, you're right. Rats. Doesn't it stink sometimes when our youth, like when you get challenged by a student? Because they're right? And he was right, and I'm glad he was right, because he told me a valuable lesson that day. And so one of the things that I want you all to remember in this space that we're in right now, imagination is the precursor to faith. When you imagine, thank you. Imagination is the precursor to faith, and I gotta thank the person, whoever's dropped that gem, because it's so true. When you think outside of the lines, when you think outside of boxes, when you think outside of yourself, there is nothing that is going to stop you. Each and every one of you in this space right now is so powerful. There's like not even a dollar amount that I can assign, but all of the manpower, the woman power, the people power that's in this room. And so essentially, what I wanted to do and will continue to do is to tell stories that reflect the beauty of our community, tell stories that reflect our truths, and most importantly, tell stories that make us all proud. Because each and every one of us in this space has an opportunity to change and create and affect change, cultivate change. There's a big difference, words are important. Cultivate change, because that's about intentionality. So anything you do in here, there's a lot of young people in this room. How many of you are under the age of 18? Just about. Mostly put your hand down. No, not you keep your hand up, queen. You put your hand down. No, I'm just kidding. You're as young as you feel. But there is power in youth, right? Great Native American quote, we do not inherit the earth from our children. We do not inherit the earth, we borrow it from our children. Sorry? I was going to say that today. Yes. See, great minds think alike, right here. right? And that's the power of good energy, and that's the power of putting things from theoretical to practice, right? We have to make sure that we're creating better opportunities for our children. And you all in this space, the young people, y'all make me proud. You know, I'm a millennial, so I go on TikTok and get so inspired. I'm like that old lady who be on there trying to do those dances. And then sometimes I just happen to see some young person just standing up and just really taking ownership of their communities, themselves, and each other. So I got to give a big shout out to y'all. So in the interest of time, I want to go through and read my book, You Go Girl, A Letter to Young Queens. And the reason why, one of the main reasons why I wrote this book, it was actually a letter to myself. Growing up, like, you know, most young folks, again, I'm originally from New York City, sometimes we can struggle with identity, right? So, yes, I'm from Harlem, East Harlem, New York, shout out to El Barrio. And so I grew up in a predominantly Puerto Rican community, and Black and Puerto Rican, and, you know, I share those two identities respectively. So I'm what we would consider afro-latina. And so growing up dark skinned, speaking Spanish, right? I wasn't, you know, Latinx enough to hang out with my Latina friends, and I wasn't Black enough, right? I was somewhere in the middle. So there was an identity crisis. And then be a darker skin, there's something that we know, unfortunately, not just within Black communities, but in communities of color, struggle with something called colorism. Who here knows what colorism is? The queen right there. Say that again. It hurt her whole life, and it still doesn't. She's 72. Absolutely. What else about colorism? What do we know about colorism? It's dumb. It is. Closer to white, right. Colorism is the inherent ideology that the closer you are to Eurocentrism, the more acceptable you will be. So the division, prejudice against one based on their skin color. And I dealt with that. I was called names like Blackie, Tar Baby, Crispy Critter, all types of stuff for being dark. I used to hate actually getting tanned, right? Because I knew once that summer come, I was getting roasted, and not only by the sun, right? And so I was ashamed of my darkness. I struggled with my darkness, right? And I will never forget this. And this is why, for the young people in this space, educators are so important. And educators are not just teachers within the classroom. Sometimes they're mentors. Sometimes they're community leaders, like the folks who run the Wakanda Alliance. I will never forget him. His name was Mr. Carlos Vargas, and he pulled me to the side, and he said, "Have you ever heard of Celia Cruz?" I said, "Yeah, I've heard of Celia Cruz." I said, "You know, the queen, right? She's a queen, Cuban queen." He said, "She has skin just like you." And he said, "I want you to remember, she was one of the most beautiful people." So if anyone's never heard of Celia Cruz, she's a Latin artist. She was a Latin artist, a beautiful queen, Afro-Latina, hailed from Cuba, and was a phenomenal salsa singer. And I started to appreciate more my identity. My mom fought to find books and resources that, you know, reflected who I looked like. And I started to build that confidence and that self-efficacy. Then, fast forward, I have a niece, right? Named Kaya Lee, who started to really struggle with her identity as well, especially from moving from the north to the south. So I remember one day, my dad took her to the store, and she said, "Okay, baby girl, you can pick out a toy." My dad is a big spoiler. How many of you are spoiled? That you know? No? Okay, just me, I'm sorry. Yes, you raise your hand. Thank you for your honesty, young man. Yes, right here, yes. Daddy's girls, yes. Daddy to do it, get everything you want, your uncle, yes. I was one of those kids. And so my dad raises my nieces like that. So she said, anytime you get a good grade, you get whatever you want. She wanted a doll. She went right to the white doll. And he said, "Well, that doll is beautiful, baby, but what about this doll? This doll looks like you." And she said, "No, that doll is Black and she's bad." This is a pathology. This is not uncommon. Look up the doll test. Those are real things, because we have been indoctrinated and we have been conditioned to believe that the hues that we are, the darker you are, you're not acceptable, you're not enough, you're ugly, you're not appreciated. And that can weigh on your self-esteem, right? How many of you have ever been made fun of for something that you cannot change? How does it feel? Right, it's lame, it's whack, it doesn't feel good. So I wrote this book, You Go Girl, A Letter to Young Queens, really as a way to talk to myself, to apologize for myself, to forgive myself for not loving myself at that time. And to remind young girls and young men too, because young men in this space, because this is a we thing, but you have a collective responsibility to show up for the queens in your life. A collective responsibility for the women in your life. So this book is for all. But I wrote it specifically as a letter to BIPOC young girls, girls of color, to remind them that they are beautiful, that from kinks in their curls, from their wide noses, from their skinny noses, their big lips, their thin lips, whatever you are, whatever you look like, you are worthy and you are deserving of love. And so I'm going to briefly read it today. I'm going to figure out how I can hold the mic and read at the same time so I can show y'all the pictures. You want to assist? I'm gonna have my fiance come up. Come on over here, help me, my friend. My love of my life. I gotta say, and this is why partnership is so important too. This book would have never come into fruition. I have to give him his flowers because he's too embarrassed to do it himself and to himself kind. If it wasn't for this man right here, this book would have never come to play. He sacrificed a lot to finance this book and help me do this. So I gotta give this, my love of my life, a big round of applause for that, because that really does mean a lot. Appreciate you. So what he's going to do is he's going to hold up the book and he's going to show it around, and I'm going to read it. There's going to be points that I stop. Oh, you know what? You're right. So just you're right. Just stay here. I kind of memorized it, but you read it so many times, you kind of get the whole of it. So I'm going to start off with affirmations. Who here knows what affirmations are? Queen in the black. You got it. Ooh, period. Can we give her a big round of applause for that? I love how she put those words together. Uplift, reaffirm. Affirmations are positive statements that you say over your life, you say over yourself. I heard King over here. Tell me your name one more time. I'm so sorry.
Davon McCune.
King Davon McCune right here just said earlier in the beginning, when you speak life, right? Words are important. It's important that you speak life, right? Because what you put out, you are what? What you put out there, you're going what? You're going to receive, you're going to get back. So I always start with positive affirmations in my books as a reminder for ourselves to always speak kindly of ourselves. So it starts off with Dear Queen, and I'm going to put Dear King. And then I'm going to put however you view yourself, whatever identity and label you wear. This is for you. You are amazing. You are kind. You are brilliant. You are worthy. You are awesome. You are sweet. You are tough. You are unique. You are loving. You are magical. And you are enough.
Gotta let me know.
Okay, you gotta hold it up right there. There you go. And if you can't see, I'll make sure he passes the book around too. So it starts with, hey there, girl, look at you. Look at all the amazing things you can do. You are beautiful, smart, kind, and true. No one is more unique, more special than you. You are a gift from above, and everyone who loves you knows. From your sparkly brown eyes to your cute button nose, from the bounce in your steps and your big, beautiful curls, all I can say is, you go, girl. That was something my grandmother used to say to me, so I had to add that. Look at you, queen. You are so bright. Look at how your skin shines in the sunlight. Look at how your smile can uplift a room and your positive spirit can turn gray skies blue. You are more precious than diamonds, rubies, and pearls. All I can say is, you go, girl. You are a rock star. This is a fact. You can tell by the energy you attract. From the way you love school to the activities that you do, you give it your all and you always stay true. Even when you're unsure of something, you never give up. Stronger than you know, tougher than tough. So live life freely, give it a whirl. All I can say is, you go, girl. Thank you. Even on those dark days when the world can seem so cold, never forget that you were bold. There will be some people who don't like you. They will laugh, tease, and even taunt too. Those things can hurt. They can really suck. But let me tell you something, queen, you are enough. Just like a little girl from the Bronx, New York once said, knock me down 9 times, I get a 10. So I want to take a moment. I can tell because you vibing over there. Whose line is that? Absolutely. So actually, I have my illustrator do a rendering, artist rendering of Cardi B, and the reason why is because I don't know Cardi B personally. Actually, she grew up not too far from his community in the Bronx. He's from the Bronx, New York, and what's interesting about Cardi B is that I remember a lot of girls like that growing up. And I'm gonna be honest, those were my fiercest protectors. Like I was very quiet growing up. So, you know, I remember one time I was getting picked on, took my Lunchable. I ain't saying nothing because I was scared. And I'll never forget this. It was a girl in my class named Maria Elise. And she was tall, a little taller than me, a little thinner. Came over to the kid, to the lunch table. She waited and slapped fire out. Now, I don't condone violence. I'm not saying do that. Don't do that. Don't, because you can't say I told you to do that. But, right. You know what she did? That's a fact. She stepped in for me when I couldn't step in for myself, and I never forgot that. And so when I think about that fierceness, that ruggedness, that just the devil may care attitude, it always made me think of her. So that's why I wanted to feature that character in the book. Okay, just take the next page. Thank you. So dust yourself off, let out a cry. But after you get up, dry those eyes. Stand tall with your head held high enough that you can kiss the sky. I have one favor, just one to ask. Promise me that you will do this task. There will be so many girls just like you. Beautiful, smart, kind, and true. If you see another queen's crown off, promise me that you will not look down upon her. Promise me that you will not taunt, tease, or bother. Instead, extend out your hand, help her up, dust off her crown, and tell her, Queen, you are enough. Because we all have a responsibility to each other, to catch each other when we fall and uplift one another. So just like a girl from Houston, Texas once said, we run the world. So grab a queen by the hand and scream, you go girl. So if you turn on the back, and I'll talk about this a little bit in a minute. So that's the end of the story. Thank you. So that's the end of the story. Just want to note too, I got a lot of flack recently over these few. So I released this book in 2019, did an updated cover for it. And so folks was like, what about the Young Kings, right? So I'm happy to say that the Young King, Peace King, will be coming out September. And then we have another one coming out called The Way We Love, which is a book about love languages and teaching children the importance of understanding yourself through love and about love for yourself and others. And that collaboration, so, and I'm here for it. Collaboration coming through with the Wakanda Alliance, that makes me so happy because, again, this is such a dope collaborative, right? And before I wrap up, and then there's one thing I want to lead you with. Yes, please, if you don't mind grabbing them. Thank you, honey. Keeps me on track. Someone taught me something so valuable that I carry with me to this day. To whom much has been given, much is required. And so what that means is when you're given a gift, when you're given an opportunity, when you're given, anything, please put that back out into the universe. Please give back to those who may not be able to get for themselves. Well, again, we are about community, and the first part of community is making sure that no one leaves unturned. We all have a collective responsibility for one another. We cannot elevate unless we're elevating and uplifting each other, okay? There's a lot of hate in this world, a lot of ugliness in this world, a lot of just disdain, a lot of unhappy people in this world. So we have to be able to make sure that we're sustaining one another through always uplifting one another, through always speaking life in one another, and holding each other close. Last weekend was a really tough weekend for a lot of folks in our community. Right? And those are the burdens we bear. That's all of our problems, right? So as I leave you in this space, that's what I want to leave you with. I want to thank you again to everybody here in this space for welcoming me. I feel like I'm home, and keep doing what you're doing and be safe. Oh, yes, I do.
I was on the next page.
Oh,
Look,
yes. Thank you.
hold on.
Jesus.
We're on the next page.
Can we give them a round of applause?
Oh, is it after the activity? Is it social after the activity? Oh, you just added it?
If we short on time, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get them up. We're gonna get the social up. Now, were we taking a little break and then we're gonna do the activity?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna take a little 5-minute break. I'm gonna throw some music on. Oh, here we go. Oh, there we go. You can't change. There we go. Social media, we gotta go. YGG Book. At YGG Book is that. So this is Instagram. Where else can they find you? Is it Facebook? I feel you. Same. We adults. We got lives. You know what I'm saying? Little kids got time. It's like, I'm done with school. Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. I'm doing everything. It's like, so you got it. Instagram YGG Book. No, you good. You good. It's love. It's a tribe. That's what we do.
Okay, so what I want to do is an activity that I started to do. So going back to affirmations, right? When I say we need good energy, what do you think do I mean by that? What do I think I mean when I say we need good energy?
Compliments.
Compliments, okay. What else? Positive vibes, yes. Yes, what else? Past perfect. Yes, King. Yes, nice to each other, right? So I love everything that you said, and I want to frame it with this. Energy is so important, right? Our life forces, how we navigate, how we travel, right? Not traveling just in the physical sense, but I even mean like our minds, right? How do we travel through? How do we connect with ourselves? I started doing this activity called the transference of energy. One thing I want to let you all know in this space is you never know what someone is carrying. And when I mean carrying, you ever see someone and, you know, I'm a pretty chipper person, right? I'm the person that wakes up singing, walking down, I'm an early bird. He can't stand it. I love waking up early. I love smiling at the sun. I'm like, hey, good day. Not everyone is like that.
No, they're not.
How many of you are anybody in here a morning person? I know. Anybody get annoyed by morning people? Like overly cheery people? People who are like extroverts, like, you know, like everything's, yeah, I can tell. She's like, yeah, I'm not a fan, right? And I have to be mindful of that. But there's a little bit of difference, right? That's just like a trite example. Sometimes people are carrying trauma. Sometimes people are carrying fear, anxiety, depression, right? You never know what someone is coming with. You ever have an interaction with someone and they, you know, maybe, you know, you did something a little, maybe said something, but it didn't warrant the reaction that they gave you? Anybody here married? Anybody here have a best friend that just get on your nerves sometimes, right? Or siblings, right? You just put your hands up, right? It's natural human reaction, right? But sometimes I think we forget that. And that's why leading with empathy is so important. Over the years, I've become a fan of Brené Brown, and if anybody's ever read her work, she talks a lot about, you know, the stigma that's attached to shame, right? And how there's a big difference between sympathy and empathy, right? Sympathy is usually deeply rooted in some sort of like false positivity, right? Like, oh my God, I feel sorry for you, but it can be so much better. Oh my God, I can't believe it, but you know what? You're gonna be okay. Oh, that happens to everyone, right? Dismissing, usually stating some sort of platitudes. But when you lead with empathy, what you do is you step outside of yourself. And that's important, right? You have the phrase, you know, walk in someone's shoes. That is so real. You never know what someone is going through. You can never make assumptions about people, especially if they're humans, right? Humans can be so unpredictable, right? They could be, we're so complex. There's so many complexities. So leading with empathy allows us to look at people from a constructivist view, to look at the whole person. And so this activity, the transference of energy, what we do is we kind of step inside to ourselves, but then we step outside to ourselves. So I'm gonna need a volunteer. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy, come. Come, Queen, can we give her a big round of applause? And I want you to stand right, you can come around here, yeah. But I want to show y'all how it is because we're all gonna stand up and we're gonna do it together, okay? Okay. So please tell me your name. Well, please tell the audience your name. Marsha, can we give Mama Marsha a big round of applause? Awesome. It takes bravery to step up here. So now, still living a little bit post-COVID, so some people may not feel comfortable with this, and I'm a big believer in boundaries and respect. Always ask people before you can get permission to touch them. So always ask for permission. May I touch your hands?
Yes.
Thank you.
Please.
Okay, thank you, perfect, and that works, right? So what we're gonna do is, this activity really allows us to listen constructively. When you listen constructively, you're not just listening so much with these, but you're listening with your heart, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I am the person giving the energy, so my hands are gonna go out, and Miss Marsha, Mama Marsha, her hands are gonna go face palms up, and my palms are gonna go down, right? And so what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna just take a moment to just absorb her energy. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what she's coming into this space with, but what I do know is that energy tells a story. It's like data, right? So I'm gonna read her data, right, through her energy, right? It's gonna require us a little bit of mindfulness. It's gonna require us a little bit of quiet. So what I ask is that we can all just be a little bit silent for about 20 seconds, right? Just in this space. We're gonna do a transference of energy activity, and then I'm gonna have you pair up with someone you don't know, and we're gonna do it together, okay? So, just gonna have you relax. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in. I want you to take a deep breath out. I want you to take one more deep breath in, and then one deep breath out. And what I want you to do is focus your energy and your attention on yourself. Think about the week that you had. You might have some highs, you might have some lows. You might have a little bit of everything in between. But this is an opportunity for you to receive whatever energy that you are needing. I just want to let you know, Mama Marsha, that although I don't know you personally, I can feel, can everyone hear me? Is that good? I can feel that you are a kindred spirit. I hope whatever it is that you are seeking and whatever it is that you're looking for, you get in abundance. I can sense and I can feel that you're a beautiful person, both inside and out. And I know whatever it is that you need in this life, it will come to you fully. I want to let you know you were divinely made. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are kind. You are loving. You are a leader. You are a matriarch. And with that, I just hope you receive my energy from me to you. And that's how it goes. And the reason why we do that, yeah, that's good. Yes, thank you so much. Give her another round of applause for coming to get that, right? So I want to take the opportunity for this queen to go back to her seat, and we're all going to do this together. And I want to just ask a few questions, right? So from that perspective, I probably shouldn't have to stand up here with us. Mama Marsha, how was that activity for you? Why was it awesome? Oh, wow, I love your honesty. Why, thank you. I can sense how awesome she is. Words are so powerful, right? Words have the power to influence, they have the power to make impact, and they have the power to change. And so I don't have to know someone to spread kindness. Kindness can be free, right? It should be free, right? And so when we give kindness out and when we release that, doesn't it feel good to say things, like positive things to people? You ever have a compliment, somebody say, you know what, good job on that, I saw you, man, I saw you, good game. Wow, you did that? Doesn't that feel good? That's a part of your life force. So think about that, right, as you're being. So what I want us to all do now is I want us to partner up, okay? So I want you to, let's see how we can do this. You could work with, if you're sitting at a table too, so for you two right here, you can work together. This beautiful family right here, you can work together over here, we'll partner up. And I want you to do a transference of energy, right, with each other. I want you to say some kind things about each other. Say some things that might be uplifting. Again, we don't know what people are carrying. So it's important that we get to know them on that level. That sounds good? Okay, so let's partner up. So you just face each other, and I'm going to come home. And then what you're going to do is you're going to give each other about 15, let's just say, we're going to do it for about 20 seconds, right? 20 seconds, and then the next person goes. That sound good?
Anybody got any questions? Any questions? Positive things, nice things. Positive things,
And as you're holding hands, as we're going around, and as you're doing, someone has to be bigger. I know it feels awkward, right? And it's supposed to feel awkward, right? Because you're connecting with someone even if you know that person, even if that person is a stranger, you're making a connection. So while we're waiting for each other, I want you to feel that person. I want you to close your eyes. Mindfulness is so critically important, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to get you all set up. I'm just saying, just feeling their hands, just feeling, get a good sense of who they are, right? For those who are the receiver, I want you to take a deep breath in. Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We're going to inhale positivity. Everybody can feel it. Yes, hold that positivity in the space. Okay, remember, you are worthy, you are loved, you are brilliant, you are amazing. And then we're going to release self-doubt, self-loathe, self-loathing. And we're going to release that, and we're going to get that energy. That's what you try to say, come back here, come back here, come back. So what we're going to do right now, the giver, you have 15 seconds. I'm going to give you 15 seconds. I'm going to start it, so 20 seconds. You're going to just make some positive vibes to the person that you're speaking. Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. I was trying to. I'm so sorry, but I want to say again, thank you to the Wakanda Alliance. Can we give them a big round of applause? Again, thank you, community, for you all are our community. And thank you for what you do for instilling a sense of purpose, belonging, and identity into our youth. So again, you can reach out to me at any given point in time. If you all have any questions. I actually used to work in higher education. So for those of you who are transitioning to high school, I think we have one young man, I'm gonna point you out right there, who's transitioning into high school. So congratulations to you and all of those who are gonna be starting on their educational journey, and wherever you're at. And so if there's anything that I could leave you all with, right, is just again, we all have a collective responsibility to each other, right? A collective responsibility. When I tell my young kings and queens, the folks that I work with, my people, these are my people. You are my people. You are my brother. You are my sister. We are our keepers. It doesn't matter what we put out here, what we do, or whatnot, unless you're moving in intentionality and love, it is of nothing. Always move in love, always doing love. When you do that, it comes back to you in abundance. And we're not just talking about monetary. There's so much social capital in this space, right? I just met a beautiful writer over here who all of you I saw had a copy of The Challenger. And I don't know if that camera's pointing at me and I'm looking directly into it. I'm gonna break that third wall. I wanna say there is a true queen that is on the cover of that Challenger. Her name is Jillian Hainsworth. And I gotta give her, can we just give her a big round of applause? Jillian, when you talk about doing it for the culture, I got to, she is a part of the tribe, and this is why it's important. We elevate our queens in our community. Jillian, I want to say thank you for always being authentic and lending your voice to our people, because your voice is so critically important that we need our storytellers, we need our griots, we need our keepers of history. This is how we educate our communities. This is how we leave no stone unturned. This is how we make systems change, not systemic, systems change. I'm tired of equity. We need justice. And so thank you for bringing those spaces of peace. Thank you again to the Wakanda Alliance for what you do. I say, and I wish you all nothing but peace as you transition off into your next step.
Okay, 1 second, because I know you gotta go. All right, so we can give Queen Kara a round of applause.
Challenger was watching you talk, so they want to have you on their next Challenger issue. So we'll get you connected with them. And you also got someone else who wants to buy your book, Karshina, wants to buy your book. Yep.
And I have one more thing I want to say. There's another queen in this space. Her name is Miss Monica, Dr. Monica Ridgway over here. And I love this queen over here. She's taught me so much, whether she knows it or not. Another piece that I just want to say, give people their flowers. Please. Please give people their flowers and their acknowledgement. Tell people you love them. Life is too temporary, it's too short, okay? Please, tell people you love them. I love you, Queen. I love all of y'all in this space. Please be blessed and do the right thing.
All right, so we're gonna let her go, but we are definitely on the same wavelength. The first thing I said, what amazing, and then the first word in her affirmation, amazing, and then while she was giving life and energy, she's like, Mama Marsha, you're amazing, you're awesome, you know what I'm saying? So those things are amazing, but she talked about collective responsibility, which leads us to, we are doing Juneteenth to Kwanzaa, and we are celebrating the principles of Kwanzaa, and this is the second principle this month, and it's Kuji Chagulia. Give it up for Mr. M for saying that. Give it up for Mr. M. I see you, M. I see you. And what it stands for is self-determination. And so within her story, when she learned about that, in all of the world, only 10% of books feature young people of color. She was self-determined to change that. Somebody was the catalyst, and she took it and she rolled with it, and now we have young queens, we have young kings, and she's rising, she's a part of the tribe. DQ, is there something we wanted to listen to? Okay. She's a part of the tribe, but being self-determined is so important. Life is hard. There's no rule book for life, no rule book to be a parent or how to raise them and all that good stuff, but life is hard. And so we need self-determination. As much as your parents love you, there are going to be times when you have to walk and work alone. So being able to speak life, being able to self-affirm, being able to commit to self-care. Mr. M needs to learn how to do that. He be working too much. Being able to commit to self-love, it is so vitally important. So we are about to, can we give a hand for Mama M? Mama M is in the house. That's my mom. Mr. M's mom, Mama M. We about to have some food. You know, we want what's good for you to come in and go out, all that good stuff. So no pork, we have no pork. We got turkey burgers, we got beef hot dogs, we got a couple of veggie burgers. So if you vegan or veggie, and veggie burgers were cooked first, they were not cooked on the same pans as the meats or all that. So we getting better. We baby steps. Last week or 2 weeks ago, Mr. M messed up. That's all right. So we want to play some music.